All right. Okay. So this was the first game on the newest, not newest iteration, but what is the newest engine for Ryuga Gotogo? And all of the games that came after it have been on this engine. Kiwami 2, which we already played. So you kind of have a taste of what it's going to be like. Kiwami 2, Judgment, Like a Dragon, all of them have been on this engine since then. And it looks so much better because now we're finally playing not a like reskin of a PS3 game. We're just playing a newer game.
Yeah, まだいいだろう。俺がこいつをゆっくり味わってからだ。
Who's this fucking guy?
Oh,
he knows my name.
踊はこの店にもう顔見せんな言うたじゃろうが。
うちのお客に勝手なこと言わないでくれる？
こいつよりわしの方が常連じゃろうが。ママはどっちの方が大事なんじゃ。
I mean, yeah, look at Papa Kiryu.
今度こそ白黒つけちゃるけの。
Dude is a fucking statue right now. Dude, that glass was probably expensive.
いや、また後で弁償するけんの。ごめんってキヨちゃん。すぐに戻る。
There's also a couple of reasons why stacking that glass is probably a bad idea.
また後で来るけの。ほいじゃ。
Why does bro walk like that? So yeah, we are in Onomichi of Hiroshima. We've been fucking everywhere in Japan in this series by this point. Except like Kyoto. A little sad Kyoto's never been in the series, but also kind of glad. You did that to yourself.
広島ヤクザ敵に回したんが運のつきじゃ。すかした顔してなめくさってから踊りや。
You also don't really look the part of your Yakuza.
あまり時間がねえ。早いとこ済ませてんだがな。なんなれ。
The Hiroshima Yakuza must be extremely laid back.
いいからさっさとかかってこい。
To be fair though, the Rikiya and his family in Yakuza 3 were very laid back, but Okinawa is like the... Hiroshima's kind of the sticks too, but it's not quite as like country as Okinawa. We didn't even get a name. Hiroshima Thug. Tsuyoshi Nagamo. So the combat's very similar to, it's not just similar, it is exactly the same as Kiwami 2. I gotta do all the tutorial shit. Knock onto enemy, rush combo. Finishing blow. Oh, I missed. He just headbutted me. Double finisher. Bro. Who said you could dodge me? Heat action. I think the amount of heat actions we have is also really small compared to older games. At least initially. We also get access to extreme heat mode earlier. Oh shit. Kick the shit out of me. I do find the combat in this game satisfying, even if the blocking's still kind of bad compared to like newer games. They really figured out this engine's combat in Judgment. And like Judgment and Like a Dragon Gaiden really made it like hit stride of what they can do with this engine.
そしたら第一ラウンド終了じゃ。
You should just stay down.
わしも体が温まってきたけ。
こ
っからが本番じゃ。
You are done.
お遊びにはもう十分付き合ってやった。
今のは刀。
Also seeing Kiryu in his like typical slacks and button up without the jacket, kind of legit. But now we're in Hiroshima compared to like Tokyo and Osaka and shit, where it's a bit warmer. But not quite Okinawa, where he was wearing the goddamn Hawaiian shit.
お帰りなさい。
ああ、どうにか間に合ったな。
え
Yeah.
え。
White powder. Doing with that white powder.
さあ、桐生さん。
Kiryu was never one for drugs. Oh. I might know what he's doing now. I mean, anybody who saw the like trailer, yeah. Anybody who saw the trailer for this game knew what was about to happen here. But yeah, when I said this is Papa Kiryu Simulator, yeah, it's Papa Kiryu Simulator.
いい飲みっくりだぜ、ハルト。
And Haruto, that was the other reason why throwing that glass was a big asshole move, because that kid was just sitting there, back there by the wall. And dude just let it happen. But so did Kiryu, so this kind of fucked. Oh yeah, so a reminder of what happened at the end of Yakuza 5. Which we just saw a couple hours ago, honestly.
ファンのみんなや何より自分自身に嘘をついて生きていくことは私にはできません。
And this spot did not hit me today like it did yesterday. Apologies. But
でももう一つあったんです。
it didn't have a whole game to build it
大好
up.
きな人たちと一緒に幸せに暮らすこと。だからもうこれ以上歌うことは
It
で
is
きま
still
せん。
kind of crazy though that like she went through all that shit, like made Kiryu disappear for a year,
私は桐生一馬の
and then just said, "Nah, fuck my dream." Like that's crazy. Hey, it's where we left off at the end of 5. So yeah, until 6 was announced, this was kind of meant to be the end of the series. As a what if, a maybe. Well, she did. She became an idol. She had her big concert at the Japan Dome, based on the Tokyo Dome. So, like, the biggest stadium she could have a stage. Like, she had her debut and everything. But at her debut, she's like, yeah, no, I realized family's more important, so I'm gonna quit being an idol already. That's essentially what it boiled down to. But yeah, right here, the game cut to black. End of game. So we didn't know if Kiryu died here or not. And then Yakuza 6 was announced, obviously, and Kiryu was set to be the protagonist. So obviously he didn't die. But yeah, no, I was bitching about the whole ordeal with Kiryu having to leave and shit because it was so out of character for Haruka and Kiryu. Yet they did it anyway. The premise was bad. The story that came from it was good. The premise was bad. But it was because they had to ham-fist that whole idea about dreams into the story, which they already managed to do it really well with the fourth playable character, Mr. Shinada. Like, they didn't need to add Haruka into that mix. They could have just had the story about Shinada, and it would have hit the story perfectly. Filled the purpose of Haruka's story better than her story did. They used Haruka because she's so tied to Kiryu. I don't know how to feel about it, but overall it's still all tied together well, and it ended up being a good ending. Just felt a little convoluted. And definitely padding. Now, something I wanted to talk about, and we're gonna kind of see here. You notice she said she loves Kiryu like a father. In her concert statement before she ran away. That whole game, anytime Kiryu was mentioned, and the song she sang at the end, led you to believe differently, and then that kind of carries through for the start here, like the setup to this game. Now, thankfully, they don't run with that idea, where well, he's not just a father, because that I don't think I could have handled that. I think I wouldn't have finished this game if that had been the way they took it. But Japan can be a little bit weird about how they show familial love compared to romantic love. It's very, very, very hard to notice the difference sometimes. Majima! Unfortunately, this is one of the only times, if not the only time, we get to see Majima. Oh yeah, Majima's going back to prison. For the third time! Maybe this time he won't break out, and he'll actually finish his sentence. To be fair, the first two times were unavoidable. He was on death row, at a place where he wasn't gonna get a chance when he didn't do what he did. He thought he did what he did. But that's the whole story of Yakuza 4, so, whatever. And then 5, he didn't have a choice. They set up the breakout for him and orchestrated the whole thing. But he's leaving Majima on his own again.
それから
Well, like I said, unfortunately,
桐生一馬の病室はそこだな。
this is like the only time we get to see our friend Majima.
警視庁のものです。どうかそのままで。桐生一馬をカムロ町での暴行傷害、並びに器物
Is
破損の容
currently
疑で
trying to survive a gunshot wound. But this isn't really the time to be coming in here and telling them that they're going to arrest the guy who might die in a few minutes. What do I know?
警察は元東上会会長桐生一馬容疑者を事件の首謀者として逮捕しました。
今回の桐生の逮捕、あれは警視庁のメンツをたどる
Oh yeah, it's our favorite cop who doesn't know how to do his job.
パフォーマンス
Somehow made it back into homicide, even though he was let go for not being able to do his job. I still don't understand that logic. Get that? Like, and does that happen? I don't know. Do cops normally get stripped of their badges only to get it back like 5 years later? I feel like that can't be a thing.
確かに桐生さんは
It
東
should
上会の
not be
元
a
4代目
thing.
です。けど今回の構想を収めるのに一番体張ったのもあの人だ。なんとかならないんですか、伊達さん。桐生さんの担当刑事でしょ。
He's not, fuck, what was the name of the 4th division? Organized crime? Yeah, he's not organized crime anymore. Granted, Kiryu's not Yakuza, but still, that's what they're arresting him for.
警視庁のポーズのために幹部連中捕まえたら、今度は東上会の下の連中が収まらねえだろう。せっかく終わったヤクザの構想に警視庁が火つけ直したってことになりゃ、上の首
The
が
war never ends. I don't know what he's talking about.
引
It's
退した
just
桐生さんを
in a lull.
東上会の代表として逮捕するんですか。
東上会の4代目ってだけじゃねえ。
I mean, this is
桐生
true.
一馬ってな、堂島の竜で
I mean, yes, but he's also the manager of an
いくら
orphanage.
足洗おうが、仇から見りゃ十分裏社会側の人間なんだ。
Fucking dense. Because he is the protagonist.
おじさんはまた刑務所に入ることになるんですか？
You were just told he was
まっとう
going to
な弁護
prison.
士がつきゃ無所には入らずに済むはずなんだが、
You know Kiryu. He's not going to do that. He's gonna feel
なんか
guilty
歯切れが悪いっす
and
ね。
he's gonna go to prison himself. That's
俺
how
も
he
桐生とは
is.
付き合いが長いんでな。
He went to prison for his best
今頃あ
friend.
いつが何考
You
え
think
て
he's
るか
not gonna go for
なんとなく
himself?
想像できちまうんだよ。
It wasted his fucking 20s and 30s. Oh hey, we're in his fucking brain. I guess this is what it looks like when you're about to die. I don't. I kind of like this part. Getting a little like synopsis of everybody that's been important to Kiryu along the way. Not everyone, but several people. I must still be, oh, it disappeared. Alright. I want to save a couple of these and do them in an order where it's like least important to most important. So I guess technically Akiyama would probably be least important.
桐生さん、
秋山カムロ町の町金スカイファイナンスの社長秋山翔。昔は銀行のエリートだったって話だが、横領の濡れ衣を着せられ、一度はホームレスにまで身を落としたという。それがカムロ町で偶然手にした
And we're kind of like getting a refresher because even though we're playing this game right after 5, this came out quite a bit after 3, 4, and 5. So it's like a reminder of why these people exist. and who, like, they're
俺の代わ
important
り
to
に
the story.
体を張ってくれていた。
Oh, there's Akiyama.
冴島、かつて18人の敵を殺したとして
We've already, like, why do they have to keep bringing that up when we know it's proven false?
冴島大河、俺と初めて出会った時、冴島は脱獄囚だ。
That is how we met him.
その後、
And there was a really
運命を
awkward
狂
scene
わ
with
せた
Sajima and
18人殺しの
Haruka
真相と対峙し、
when that happened.
東上界直系冴島組を
Hated it.
立ち上げていた。だが、2012年冬に再び脱獄。
Oh,
大海連合
you didn't have to say in 2012, because right now you're like,
男として
the game does not take place right after the events of Yakuza 5. Like, this part does, but the rest of the game does not, obviously. Because they try to set it,
桐生、
伊達さん
they try to set it in the, like, years they're developing it.
この人の人生は
So,
俺と出会ったことで狂わ
I
された。
think this one's a couple years later.
それから何
I
年も
don't
の間
remember exactly.
俺とは時に相棒として時に友
I
人
didn't pay
として
attention when they told us it was Hiroshima, if it gave us a date
男
yet.
で一つで一人娘を育て
I
上
don't
げ
think
た
it did, actually.
伊達さんはこの先もカムロ町を
Except
生き
he
る男
wasn't
として
a fucking detective that whole time.
正義を貫い
He
ていくは
was
ずだ。
essentially jobless, and then became a fucking tabloid writer. And then he's helped the bar, and now he's back in homicide.
真島の兄さん、東上界の射程頭、
Oh.
直系真島
The fan base's favorite character.
真島五郎、島野の狂犬と呼ばれる武道派だ。
I would say
俺が
Goro's my
組を
favorite
抜けたから
character.
何
He's
度も
up
やり合っ
there.
てるが、未だにこの人
But,
だけは読めねえ。
nah.
何にしても俺とは
I think there's some Kiryu
今の登場界には
is
欠かせ
probably
ない
my
大
favorite
幹部と
character
して
overall. But Kiryu's had so many games.
同じく登場界幹部となった冴島とは古くからの兄弟分だ。
I think there's one character I would consider like my favorite overall. Oh, Daigo's up there too. I love Daigo.
大悟、かつて俺の都政の親であり登場界の大幹部だった堂島宗平の一人息子、極道の世界から距離を置い
So
ていた大悟に
I kind of put Daigo after Majima
登場界
because
の
there's this
六代目会長という
unspoken like
重荷を背負わせてしま
well
った
a very spoken mentor mentee thing,
25000
but it kind of goes beyond that into like a
登場界を束ねてい
father-son type relationship.
堂島大悟を置いて他にいない。俺はそう信じ大悟もまた
So
それを証明してきた。
these two are kind of connected way more than you really think about because they don't really show it.
大地、
And of course, yeah,
三つ、
you can't beat children.
綾子、泉、リオナ、エリ
I like how
知らないこの
Koti was the one really into baseball,
沖縄
but
に
Mitsuo is the one who's
児童養
actually
護施
making
設
it a
朝顔を
thing.
作って引き取った子供たち。この子たちが
That's
遥かと過ごした時間に
fantastic.
俺がどれだけ救われたか
Kind of interesting too, considering like
言葉にさえ
all the discrimination
今の俺がまた
Mitsuo
こいつらのクラ
has
ス
in Will Face.
まずやらなければならないこ
Because obviously Mitsuo is not a native,
長い時間が
but
必要だ。
you know, he is treated as such by Papa Kiryu.
おじさん、
はるか、俺がただ一人愛した女の忘れ方。
I mean, that was almost entirely your fault. You and Nishiki.
過酷な運命を背負って極道の構想に巻き込まれていた。
Because if you guys
そして
hadn't have
大事な人
set
間
up
を
what you
次
set
々
up,
に失った俺にとって
and to her ex,
唯一の生きる支え
Haruka's
になった
biological father.
俺の
But,
人
you
生
know,
で何か
can't avoid that one. That dude was
褒め
a
ることが
fucking
あるとさ
asshole.
親代わりに
But regardless,
こいつの成長を
Yumi
見
didn't
守
have
ってき
to
た
die.
ことだけかもしれない
I'll stand on that rock. Alright. Kiryu's walking into the light. This can't be good. Apparently that means we are alive. I don't think that's what that means in like
お目覚めですか
Western stories,
Yonde.
but you know, whatever. Ah, and the one to be there to greet him when he woke up, also somebody who was in the hospital.
大悟か
Let's not forget that Daigo
お
got
互いに
shot.
ともねえなるだな六代目
いくらか桐生さんの方がマシですかね
そうみてえだな
They got shot in the same spot. What do you mean?
何か話があるのか
ええ桐生さんのことで妙な噂を聞いたんですがよかったら少し外の空気でも
It
吸いに
is
行きませんか
fucking crazy though that like Daigo got shot, and you can see what happened after he got shot. He is not able to move around right now.
噂ってのは他でもありません
But he was able to just fucking
Musho
roll
Daigo
people with his
って
gun
話です
at the end of Yakuza 5.
弁護士立てていくらでも避けようがあるのになんでそうしないんですか
I told you, he's going to
家
go to
族の
prison.
ところに戻るためだ
沖縄の朝顔のことですね
And for some reason,
俺がこのまま沖縄に戻ったとして
he feels like, and I
朝顔の
don't,
子供
I
たち
don't
は
agree with this because
静か
regardless,
に暮らせると
your
は
past
思え
is
ない
your past, no matter
どう言い繕った
what
ところで
kind
僕は
of
元極道ではるかはその関
atonement
係者
he
だ
thinks he's going to do here
世間の目引い
is
ちま
not
った
going to
以上
erase his past. So
マスコミに追わ
whether
れ
he
る
serves or not is not going to change the fact that him being at Morning Glory is still an
俺が
ex-Yakuza at
その
Morning
覚
Glory,
悟があるとして
prison or not.
朝顔の子供たちは巻き込めない
So,
俺がまっとうにあいつらの元に戻るためには
like, if it's something for
けじめが
himself,
必要なんだ。
sure. And that's all it is.
それはわかります
But, like,
無所に
if
入る
his
って
logic is to, like,
何
have
に
a
ぶち
clean
込まれる
slate,
かわからないんでしょう
it's fucking stupid.
はるかちゃん
Pointless.
やあなたを待っている人たちをいつまで待たせる気なんですか
I mean, he's done it
Kiryu-san.
several times already.
本当にそれでいいん
He
です
disappeared
か
for a year. What do you mean?
俺やはるかに世間が注目しているからこそ今回はいいタイミングなんだ次
I mean-
無償を出たら今度こそ
Haruka won't be the
俺も
center
日
of
の当たる
attention
場所を
soon.
歩ける
He
気が
just
する
quit being an idol.
ドーンのステージではるかは堂々と俺のことを家族と呼んでくれた
And told the entire world that you're an ex-Yakuza.
俺もそう呼ばれて恥ずかしくないようにしておきて
I swear Kiryu needs one person who can actually explain to him why his logic is fucking stupid. Cause like, I get it on like a pride level. But anything else? No. Oh god. He needs hair.
Haruka. よ
So
く
did
来て
they
くれ
not
たな
shave the facial hair at all?
変わりないか
Or did he just grow it back that fast? I mean, like, it's not a blot, so I could believe he grew it back that fast.
みんな
But I
元気に
can't
してる
believe that, like, he was able to keep it looking like that
ならよかった
in prison.
本当は
Unless
み
it's
んな
the
もおじさん
only
に会いた
facial
が
hair
って
he
るん
ever
だけど
grows.
沖縄からだとさすがにお金かかるから沖縄の人たちは
Maybe?
みんなよくしてくれてるだから何も心配しないで
マスコミに追われたりはしてないか
So by this point,
たまにそういう人も来るけど
Haruka's either like
大丈夫
17 and a half or 18.
すまないなはるか今の俺には何もしてやれないが
And that's wild to me.
仮釈が
Because
出れば
when we started, she was
あ
like
と3年くらいで
8,
出られると思う
8 to 10. So we've basically watched her grow up through this whole
3
series.
年。
俺は
And she'll be a full-fledged
こんな
adult by
俺
the
のこ
time
とを
like
家族
we
と呼ん
leave.
でくれたお前に
Because it's 3-year sentence when she was 17, she will be 20.
こっから先の3年は
She'll be able to
そ
drink
のための時間だ
when Kiryu leaves prison.
どうかしたか
私は芸能界に入っておじさんのことを家族と呼べないのが辛かった。
This is what I'm talking about.
芸能界に入ったことを後悔してるんじゃないの。
This is what I'm talking about.
だよ。おじさんを家族って呼べなかったあの時間があったから。
Uncomfortably close.
あのステージで初めておじさんのことを家族なんだって心から思えた。
Like, I get.
それまではおじさんと一緒にいることが
Familial shit.
ずっと当たり前だったから。
But,
まだ子供だったから
like,
深く考えたことがなかった。
there are ways to word it a little bit better. Just a little bit better. You could take it both ways,
お
but
じさんと一緒に暮らせなくても
especially since translating it removes a lot of
おじ
the,
さんと私がどんなに離れていても家族だって
like,
心に刻
proper
むことができ
pronouns
たから。
and, like, meanings behind the words.
今日はそれを言いに来
Our,
たんだ。
our languages don't translate
また一緒
100%
に暮らし
perfectly,
始めたら
no matter how you go about it.
こんな風に
And
言え
even
な
if
い
they
もん。
did, the English language isn't very good about stuff like that. Because it's reliant heavily on body language and inflection and all these other things to get your point across and what you actually mean with your words. Whether you want to, like, think about that or not, it's true. But, many languages aren't really like that. Like, it's still there, but they aren't
ほら
set up like
見たよ
that because
ちょっと
they
テー
have
ブルの
the
上片
extra
付けて。
カジこんなとこに漫画置くなよ。
泉、コップとお水用意して。はーい。ほら、シロ。
not
ご飯の
verbiage.
時はタブレットしまって。
I don't know what word
ちょ
I'm
っと待って。
thinking of because my
もうすぐ
my
一通り
vocabulary
株価の
has
チェック終わるんだ。
gone straight down the
あ
shitter
んたま
since
さ
I
か
left
本当
college.
に株買ったりしてないでしょうね。
But
そんなことないでしょ。シミュレーションだけ。
there's so much more set up
三尾
to be
がま
able
だ練習
to
から戻ってないよ。
あいつ張り切ってる
get
な。
your point across
野球
properly.
推薦の話でしょ。そんなにうまくいくかな。
ただいま。
ただいま。
He's home, as is the little one. Not so little anymore. Still little, but not like she was little
はるか姉ちゃん
in
おかわりある？
Yakuza 3.
ご飯だけならね。
俺今日はおかわりいらない。
You need the most.
この後大城と筋トレする約束してきた。
Like if you're actually
おじさん
gonna be
刑務所から帰
doing
って
this,
きたら驚くね。三つお兄ちゃんがプロ野球に入るかもって。
バカ気が早すぎだよ。まだ中学生なんだから。
でも野球推薦の話が来るなんて、三つお頑張ったんだ。
前はコージが教えてやってたのに、いつの間にか立場逆転だもんな。
うっさい。
まだ本決まりじゃないし、他にも候補はいるから、勉強の成績とか家のこととか、なんかいろいろ審査はあるんだって。
家のことって、それじゃうちってやばくね？
not necessarily. Like you're looking at it the wrong way. Scholarships are meant to
バカ。
help.
いや、でも
な
実際さ。
大丈夫だって。俺が朝顔の子供ってことはみんな知ってんだか
Like
ら。
yes, that is a
その上で
problem
来た話なんだ。
in
だからもし話がポシャったとしても、それは俺の力不足ってことだからさ。
but that's not going to be the deciding factor. Let's go with that. Oh, there she is sitting on the beach again. This time we aren't going to come tell her that Hamazaki won't stab us. Now she's called Yakuza Girl.
どうしよう。
I mean,
おじさん、私。
you couldn't have expected anything less, right?
どうしたらいいのかな。
But you would think she'd have a stronger, a thicker skin for this shit. She's lived around one of the guys with the thickest skin
ここに帰ってきちゃい
possible.
けなかったんだ。
And up until this point, she's always shown that. Especially in the last game, where she basically told a fucking gorilla to fuck off. But no, some harsh words and... Nah, she can't handle it anymore.
ごめんね、みんな。
Like, not to say Kiryu's any better, because he thinks going to prison is going to remove all that and make it to where he can come back to Morning Glory without this shit. Ayako.
綾子、やっぱり出ていくんだ、お姉ちゃん。これ見たんでしょ。
Ayako's not much younger than Haruka. At most, she's 2 years younger. But I think she's like a year younger at
三尾の野球
most.
推薦のことが心配。
I forget exactly.
三尾のことだけじゃないよ。この先他のみんなにも何かのチャンスが来たとして、私のせいでそれを潰すことになったら。
Potentially. I think the only one with an actual future besides Mitsuo is Hiro.
世の中を
But
甘く
he's
見て
the only
た
one
んだと
actually
思う。
trying to do something that will make money.
おじさんはそれをよく分かってたから。きっと
I mean, Taichi maybe, if he's still pushing for his
だ
dream.
からっ
But
て
if we use Yakuza 5 as a base for any of that,
どこに行くの？
Taichi's not trying to become a
しばらく
professional
はおじさ
wrestler
んのそば
anymore.
にいようと思ってる。いつまで？おじさんが帰ってくるのまだ何年も先でしょ。おじさんはお姉ちゃんが朝顔出るって知ってるの？ううん、全部私が自分で決めたことだから。じゃあ私からおじさんに手紙書いておく？黙ってて。え？おじさんには私からちゃんと話すから。
Haruka just doesn't want him to tell her to not do it. This is important though because it means she's already left and living in Tokyo when she meets Kiryu. Alright, so now what are we doing? Why is she on a boat? Oh right, she's in... I'm stupid. At Okinawa. I think this is the first time we've gotten opening credits. I don't think a single Yakuza game up to this point had any opening credits. Which... I kind of feel the same way as movies with opening credits. They're fucking stupid if you're gonna just throw them in the end anyway. Like, if you're gonna make them shorter at the end by putting some of them at the front, sure, but like they're not. I forget the dog's name. I guess it makes sense if you're putting like the voice actors and shit, actors and actresses at the beginning. I could be okay with that, but I don't think that, I don't remember everybody's names, so that doesn't help me. Oh, they are. Rikiya Koyama is, fuck, is that Saijima or Majima? I think it's Saijima. But I didn't think, well, technically Saijima is in the game. We already heard his bit. Homeless man. Really focused on this homeless man. Oh, something crazy's happening. People are running. Oh, and Akiyama's hanging with the homeless again. Oh, right. I thought this already happened. When I beat Takeshi is in here? Interesting. I made a comment at the end of 5. Because we were around Little Asia whenever Kiryu collapsed. And I'm like, Little Asia is one of the things that has changed the most throughout the series. How it slowly goes from a twisted mess of like apartment complexes and shit with doors and all this other shit for the non-Japanese of Kamurocho. That slowly gets smaller and smaller and more compact as the series goes on. And it eventually just becomes kind of like a big parking lot. The reason it becomes kind of just like a big parking lot is right here. But why did they burn down Little Asia? Now, this guy's talking about how it's a plan. Sounding like some, what year was it? I'm not good with history. I know enough, but not enough, if that makes sense. But it sounds like they're taking some pages out of the Book of Germany. From like the 40s? Is it the 40s? I feel like I should know this. Technically, 39 to 45. In my brain, I had like 42 is like the clear number. I don't know why. I'm sure there's at least one significant date that I've learned about from 19. Oh, hi. Is she? Oh, I guess she is. He got his hair back. Ayako's about to ruin everything. Now, granted, Haruka could have been fine if she had stayed. I think Taichi's got the biggest complex. Let's go with that. Uh-oh.
後から来るんでしょ？
いや、一緒じゃない。はるか、出かけてるのか？
え？何言ってるの、おじさん。だって、はるかお姉ちゃん、おじさんのそばに住んでるって。
You never asked her properly. It was in spirit.
そういう話だったよな。そうだろ、あやこ姉ちゃん。
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
Taichi should have known better. He's like the same age as Ayako.
はるかお姉ちゃんが朝顔を出て行ったのは3年前。最初は電話くれてたけど、1年くらい前からは全然来なくなった。
I do wonder what she was doing for the last 3 years. She was essentially an adult. Within the first year, she would have been an adult.
おじさんのそばにいるって言ってたから。
はるか姉ちゃんにもう一回電話しなよ、今すぐ。
電 連絡はいつもはるかお姉ちゃんから公衆電話でかかってくるだけだったし、携帯は朝顔を出た後、
So none of this tells us why Kiryu had a
したっ
baby.
て言ってた。
なんで俺らに何も言ってくれなかったんだよ。
That's where I want to get
いつも
to.
姉ちゃんたちは俺らを子供扱いしすぎなんだよ。
Mitsuo's got a point.
でもみんなを不安にさせたくなかった。それに
Like, you're not that much older than them, but also you're old
一緒
enough
に
to
戻ってくるか
understand.
もって。
でもなんでだ、なんではるか姉ちゃんが出ていかなきゃいけなかったんだよ。俺たちうまくやれてたろ。
はるかお姉ちゃん、泉たちのこと嫌いになっちゃったの。お姉ちゃんは私たちの重荷になりたくなかったんだよ。
何それ、どういうこと？
My sentiments exactly. How did you keep that so well preserved? Like, it's just a magazine. I guess because the article's important. But
今三つおが通っている学校から野球推薦の話があった時、ちょうどこんな記事が出たの。お姉ちゃんは自分のせいで朝顔のみんなが変な目で見られるのに
I mean, that was her fault. She could have just said, I'm not going to be an
あの
idol
時は
anymore.
特に
She's
三
the
つ
one
お
who
の
had
進
to
路が
explain
どう転ぶかわからなかったし。
that Kiryu was Yakuza.
だよ。それじゃ俺のせいかよ。
いや、そうじゃねえ。お前のせいでも、はるかのせいでもね。
It's my fault.
全部。
I knew he would say it.
俺のせいだ。
God. I mean, it kind of is, but also,
だから俺が必
like,
ずはるかを探
who
し
the
てきて
fuck cares?
この家に連れて帰る。
Talk to the kids. Okay. When you obtain DLC, cardboard box will either be delivered to New Serena or the Navy apartment. Can only unlock the... Yeah, I don't care. If you obtain a new outfit, you can change at your... Yeah. Only a premium adventure. And you're telling me shit about shit? 2016. So this game is set in 2016, which kind of makes sense. Remember, it was Christmas in Yakuza 5. So it kind of makes sense that, like, Kiryu was put in jail at the start of 2013, so this should be... I swear to God, if Christmas is involved again, I'm gonna lose it. That would be, like, the 5th game in a row. But, this should be the start of 2016, and not the end of 2016, based on the timeline. So now there's an autosave. This is the first game with an autosave and the ability to save from your phone. Which is fantastic. Calm down the kids.
綾子お姉ちゃんもひどいよね。今までずっと黙ってたなんて。
And why you gotta be shitty about it?
綾子が悪いんじゃない。だから。
Like, she is still a kid.
綾子も今まで言い出せなくて。きっと辛かったはず。
I mean, that's not how I would put
それ
it.
は分かってるけ
She's
ど。
still young.
で
She
も
doesn't understand.
家族には本当のことを言ってほしかったな。
You can't know until you make mistakes. So, and there was no winning that situation.
おじさん。
Other than to ignore it, which Haruka didn't do.
はるかのことは気にするな。
Yeah.
お前は野球に集中するんだ。
You can do it, Mitsuo.
はるかは必ず連れて
But
帰
you
る。
gotta focus.
そうしたら
Gotta lock the fuck in.
みんなでお前の試合を応援に行くさ。その時は、いいとこ
Bro
ろを
looks
見せて
way different now that he's
わか
older,
った
though.
よ。
Like, taller, a little less chubby. That's Cheryl. Oh, Shizumi.
豆も昼飯
I've
の
already
時間
talked to
か
10 people somehow. They counted
キャベ
my
ツ元気そうだ
they
な
counted my weird life and death stream as
ま
people
だ
I've
だから
talked
ね
to.
まだ食べちゃダメ
His name was Mame. Oh. Just trained the dog to wait until she tells him it's time for food.
今頃何してるのかなちゃんとご飯食べてるのかな
Maybe.
はるか
I
の
mean,
こと
she
な
had
ら
never
心配
had
する
crab until she met Akiyama.
きっとカムロ
Well,
町にいるはずだ
Bree met
そう
Akiyama.
だといいけど
Hello, big boy.
はるか姉ちゃんが俺たちのことでそんなに思い詰めて
Now
たなん
that's
て
a stupid statement.
俺全然気がつかなかったよ
Hey, you're always focused on yourself. That's why.
はるか姉ちゃん何でも気にしすぎなんだよ
Did you not
おじさん
pick that up
は
from
るか
her
姉ちゃん見つけたら
personality?
ガツンと言ってよ
That's all she
俺た
does.
ちはるか姉ちゃんのこと全然気にしてないからって
She has
ちゃんと話すか
she does have a very
心
good
配するな
ability to read people, like emotions, and like read the room at the very least. Even if she's wrong in this instant. Hello, Ayako. I'll save you for last. You're still wearing long sleeves, I
晩ご飯の
see.
準備しなきゃ
Oh,
おじさん
we're never gonna get an answer on
晩飯の準備か
Rinoa,
何か手伝えることはないか
Riona.
いいのこれくらい一人でできるから
She's not Rinoa
それに
Hartley.
い
It's
つまでも
Riona.
お姉ちゃんたち
I
の
will
手
always make
ダ
that
メだと
mistake.
思うし
そうか
We'll never get an answer on what happened with Riona and
おじさ
Mitsuo.
んおじさんが
Although we should have gotten that answer in Yakuza 3. They threw that shit right up in the air with
この
fucking
家に
5.
戻ってくるかはまだわからないよね
そんなことはないちゃんと会って話せば戻ってくるさだから心配するな
He's so convinced that, like, I'm gonna talk to her once and she's gonna come back home. But you gotta remember, 3 years is a long time, my dude. Koji.
あのさ、おじさんがはるか姉ちゃんと最後に会ったの
Last time we saw her was 2.5 years
3年
ago.
前だ
No, that's not
俺
true.
が
It
週
was
刊誌に
2.5
一
years
度
ago.
面会に来てくれた
Unless you were in
朝顔
jail
のみんなは
for,
よくしてくれるって言っていた
you know,
そう
もしかしたら
3.5 years,
そ
but I
の時
thought it
か
was
ら
'3 years
はるか
straight.
は悩んでいたのかもしれ
'Cause
ない
they said it was 6 months
俺が気
later
づいていれば
when she visited
こ
him.
んなことにはならなかっ
So
た
don't fuck with me on that.
本当にすまない
おじさんは悪くないよでも早くはるか姉ちゃんを探さないともしかしたら悪い人に捕まってるかもしれない
ああ必ず探し出してここに連れて帰る
Alright. Hello, Shiro. How did you afford a tablet?
おじさんさっきネットでいろいろ調べてたんだけど
How do you guys
は
afford
るかお
internet?
姉ちゃんに関する情報は何も見つからないんだよね SNS とか全然やってないみたい
そうか
Like I said,
調べ
they'd
てくれて
forget about her in
ありが
time,
とうな
so she overreacted for no fucking reason.
とりあえずカムロ町の知り合いに聞いてみようと思うもしかしたら何かはるかに関する情報が見つかるかもしれない
じゃあ僕ももう少しネットで調べてみるよ
すまないな
Well, let's talk to Ayako.
はるかお姉ちゃんを探し出すってどうやって探すのおじさん
そうだなまずはカムロ町にいる知り合いを当たってみる
Did he actually say which one it was? Oh,
秋山と
he is now.
大阪や
Akiyama
カムロ
would be a
町で
good choice.
はる
He's
か
got
の
a
助けになっ
network.
てくれていた
I don't think he'd be my first choice when the florist is still around. At least, as far as we know, the florist is
す
still
ぐに
around.
電話で連絡を取ってみよう
Just the florist, if Haruka actually went to Kamurocho, or Tokyo in general, would have an idea of where Haruka is.
お客様がおかけになった電話番号
Of
は
course, it's not a
現在
service.
使われておりません。 番号をお確かめになってもう一度おかけ
something
直しく
happened
だ
with
さい。
Akiyama. Did Akiyama get a new phone number? Damn it, what's going on?
おじさん、秋山って人、連絡取れたの？
いや、連絡先が変わった。
Oh yeah.
そんな。
Another thing, spoiler. Yakuza 6 went back to the one protagonist formula.
でもそれじゃあ、
So
また私
we're
た
not
ちを
getting
起こして
6 protagonists like 4 had 4 and 5 had 5. No, we're sticking with 1. They decided it was getting a little ridiculous. It's just Kiryu's story. Well, it's not just Kiryu's story. You'll understand.
じゃあ、行ってくる。
今度帰ってくるときは電話してから来てよね。こっちもいろいろ準備があるんだから。
よく言うよ。シロなんか全然うちのことやらないくせに。
カムロ町に行くんでしょ？おじさんが行ったらまた危ない目にあったりしない？
Damn. She had to throw that fucking, like, sharp ass statement right at him.
あまり長居することにはならねえさ。
Like,
はるかお姉ちゃん見つけてもあんまり怒っちゃダメだよ、おじ
that's
さん。
not in Kiryu's nature. Like, even his worst enemy, he sits there and he tries to
野
save
球の
them.
練習頑張れよ。
That's why he got stabbed in Yakuza 3.
それから太一、浩二、シロ、エリ、リオナ、泉、綾子。今度はそう長くは待たせねえ。俺もはるかも必ずここに帰ってくる。
I want to say something right here, but I'm not going to. Because it would ruin the whole fucking game. But all those statements scream death flag. Now, I can say that because there are still games after this with Kiryu in it, but if you were playing this right when it came out, those would be concerning statements. I guess I could say it that way. Because I already did anyway, so fuck it. Hey, the jacket's back.
またこの町に帰ってきちまったか。
He makes a good point. Akiyama's company, Sky Finance, is on Tenkaichi Street. Go to Sky Finance. Oh yeah, this... teaching me how to sprint, teaching you how to go to first person, awards. So, I am going to do a lot more in this game than the last 3 games, in our completion list. Because we did a lot of completion lists in 0, but we didn't in Kiwami and Kiwami 2. Kiwami 2's completion list was very similar to Yakuza 6's, because it, and all the games after 6 adopted this style of completion list. Rather than getting points that unlock things, now you get XP to unlock, to be able to upgrade yourself. So all of your completion lists items give you some XP that you can then use on your like stats and shit. I forget where the upgrades are. I think they're in the stats menu. But yeah. This is also the first game that has vending machine. And vending machines are a big thing in Japan. Especially if you read any like slice of life manga or watch any slice of life anime. It's such a big thing in Japan that it's a massive trope in those series. Police are here. It's a damn shame because if you know what's up there, one of my favorite games, even though I'm shit at it. There's karaoke. Unfortunately, we can't go anywhere right now because we're still in the tutorial. But yeah. No matter how many years pass, Kamurocho will It's the same.
ちょっとそこのお前
Oh god. He arrived early.
やっぱり桐生か
伊達さん
なんだよお前いつ無所から出てきた
Did you let Haruka stay at your house? If you did, that might be
お
why
前
she
が出所する日
disappeared.
は何度も問い合わせたんだがな誰からも連絡が来やしねえああでもよかったぜ偶然でもこうやって会えたんだ
And bro said he wasn't our friend.
まっとうに年食っただけだお互い様だけどよ
そうだな長かったな桐生よく頑張ったよお前はしかし無所出た足で沖縄に行くかと思ってたんだが
沖縄には
We did do that. We went straight to Okinawa.
伊達さんは相変わらず忙しそうだな
No, it doesn't. Well, oh yeah, it is a crime scene. No wonder he's here. I did not put two and two
カムロ町じゃ
together.
今中国マフィアと東上会とでドンパチの真っ最中だな
Ah, the triads are back.
ああお前が無所に行ってからいろいろあった去年カムロ町で大火事があったことは知ってるか
ああ無所で聞いた
I guess we would hear about that.
東上会のカムロ町支配が崩れたきっかけでな焼けたのはアジア街の一帯だがその焼けた大陸から最陽界中国マフィアが入り込んだんだでそいつらが東上会の構想が始ま
Or
って
the
片
snake,
桐
the
まで
snake
犠
flower.
牲者が
That's
出る
the
よう
big
にな
one.
った
But the lotus as
そ
well.
れで警視庁は躍起になってな
But it's not our friend Lao Ka
構
Long,
想の責任を
the
押し付け
snake
るよう
flower
にし
again.
て
Even though at
野
this
島
point,
と堂島大吾を逮捕した
we would assume that Lao Ka Long is dead because we saw him get shot. I would think he's dead. He got shot in the fucking brain.
今の東上会を動かしているのは
本家の相談役だった菅井って幹部だ知ってるか
And while games don't necessarily show how gruesome
確か2代目時代から
a
の
bullet
のはずだ
exiting your body
間違いない
can
その
look,
菅井だ
そうか
yeah.
お前はもう東上会に関わる立場じゃなかったなそのために3年以上も無所に入ってたんだ俺も余計なこと言ってはるかはどうしてるっていうかお前なんでカムロ町にいるんだ
Some do. I've seen a couple games where the exit wounds are. Granted, it isn't always the exit wound, but like, because they don't actually like have the ability to, or they didn't have the ability to set that up where like the exit wound of the bullet is where the big explosion of your fucking meat chunks happened.
それで秋山ならはるかのこと何か知ってるかと思ったんだが携帯が繋がらねえ
But
実は秋山のことは俺も気になっ
it
た
was interesting to see that. In a
あいつ
couple,
な
I forget which games
金
it
貸しの
was.
会社閉めたぞ
スカイファイナンスをか
しば
Oh
ら
yeah.
く休業
Now we're learning
多分まだカムロ町にいるとは思
that
うんだが
Akiyama
聞いた
is
話じゃどうも
in
中
hiding.
国マフィアに狙われたらしい
So that's why we couldn't get a hold of
そ
him.
ろそろ行かないと後でまだ
Not that he's broke,
詳しい
he's
話
just
は
in
そこで
hiding.
わかった
一応言っとくがアジア街に
He might as well be broke though, because he can't like
例
set
の
up
中
shop
国
or
マフィアが
anything
幅利か
anymore.
してるなるべくなら行かずに済ませた方がいい
わかった気をつけるよ
Kind of crazy though, because at the end of 5,
ありがとう
almost every Yakuza in Japan,
いやまたな
almost every Yakuza organization in Japan, not every Yakuza, but all bowed to Akiyama in like a way of thanks. Right. Well, it has been an hour. And we're still in the tutorial, but that's the way this shit goes. We haven't even caught up to our tutorial boss fight, because we aren't in Hiroshima yet. We don't even know why we go to Hiroshima, but that's neither here nor there. We'll get to that after this break. Alright, guess that game. I need